Some days are fabulous. You plan for the best and then things go just as you planned or even better than you can imagine. But there's also those days that can turn into being not so terrific because there's something that happens that turns things disastrous very quickly without warning. And it can leave you feeling down and out no matter what else happens during the day. The simplest and most effective way to turn those down and out days around is to find a way to feel grateful. It can be challenging to feel grateful about anything in life when we're faced with difficulties, but there are always things that we have and haven't noticed. So today we're going to talk about 3 opportunities to feel grateful even when you're facing tough times. Hi, if we've never met before, I'm Diane LaFoon. I'm here with your Joy Tip of the Week, and I help stressed out women make small changes in their lives to feel less anxious and more fulfilled so that they can choose joy each and every day. So first and foremost, feeling grateful is so much easier when it becomes a way of life, when it becomes something that is just a state of being for you, where you open yourself up to receiving good things. It's a posture of openness and receptiveness and willingness to receive abundance and provision. And when you do receive those remarkable things, you instinctively and consistently, you give thanks immediately and automatically. In other words, gratitude is not just a one-time event where you simply say, thank you. It's an entire way of being where you joyfully receive good things and you give thanks for those good things automatically and immediately. There's an author, Ralph Waldo Emerson. He put it this way: cultivate the attitude of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you and give thanks continuously. And because all things have contributed to your advancement, you should include all things in your gratitude. So gratitude is a habit. It's just a perpetual way of life. It's almost like breathing. You take in something good and you breathe out gratitude and be very thankful and appreciative. And it's a beautiful cycle and a powerful way to live. Additionally, gratitude does encompass all things. As Emerson said, that author in that quote, all things have contributed to your advancement. Everything in life happens for a reason, and in every circumstances, there are valuable lessons for us to learn. And these useful lessons help us to advance in life and primarily advance in our character and in our integrity. We must be grateful for everything that comes our way because everything contributes to our development. I encourage you to make it a way of life to feel thankful for everything that comes your way. So make it a way of life is number 1. Number 2, feeling grateful is a recognition of receiving something. Gratitude comes from recognizing that you have received something good. In other words, you didn't create it yourself. Instead, it came from outside of you, maybe from a friend or from your creator God, or maybe even from a complete stranger. That can happen, can it? Because you received something from outside of yourself, it means that you didn't make it. It's not like you built something through your own blood, sweat, and tears. Instead, someone gave you something valuable, and so you are grateful for it. We had a pleasant surprise this past weekend. My neighbor texted and asked if we'd like some fresh picked apples. He and his wife they're terrific neighbors. They're wonderful neighbors, and they've had an apple tree in their backyard for several years, but they never tried the apples. They never tried to eat one. And for some reason this year, they picked a few, and they found out that the apples were not only scrumptious, but they were plentiful. And so they've been doing all kinds of things with their apples. Why leave all those good apples for the deer to eat after all, right? So my neighbor Bob, he even got a ladder out so that he could pick as many as he could from those tall, high branches that are out of reach from the tree. And so what a blessing it was when he brought a big bag of sweet, freshly picked apples to our door. So what did I do? I thanked him. Of course I thanked him. Gratitude is distinctly different than earning something. When we work hard to create something, we can say that we earned it. But appreciation, on the other hand, comes when we receive something that we didn't earn. It's just a blessing. It's a gift. I didn't pick those apples. I didn't tend to the tree. I did nothing but received a lovely gift from my neighbor. So it made me very grateful. Gratitude occurs in response to those gifts. And also consider this definition of gratitude. It's from Harvard Medical School, of all places. They say that gratitude is a thankful appreciation for what an individual receives, whether tangible or intangible, where you can touch it or not. With gratitude, people acknowledge the goodness in their lives. And as a result, gratitude also helps people connect with something larger than themselves as individuals, whether to other people or to nature or to a higher power. That's what Harvard Medical School says. Now, notice how gratitude connects you to something larger than yourself. This is one of the great powers of appreciation. It takes us outside of ourselves and connects us to other people, to nature, and personally, I believe it connects us to Almighty God. When you feel grateful, you acknowledge that good. And so finally, not only have we received gifts we can be thankful for, we have learned to live in an attitude of gratitude continually, but finally, gratitude is an affirmation of just plain goodness. In other words, it recognizes not only that we receive something freely, but those things that we received is also some things that are very good. And as a result, we are grateful. It's essential to be grateful for and affirm those good things that flow into our lives. When we focus and affirm those good things, it takes our mind and our focus off those things that we don't like about our lives. Gratefulness is like a magnifying glass that highlights the good in our lives and minimizes those things that we're unhappy about. Gratefulness enables us to see just how many good things we actually have in our life. We all have very good things that we can point to. However, when we're not regularly grateful, we become discontent and unhappy with the way things are going. Feeling grateful and contentment go hand in hand, which is one of the powerful reasons that it is so good to practice gratitude. Choosing to feel grateful has had a tremendous effect on my day-to-day experience. So much so that I wanted to create a way for you to focus on those things that make you feel grateful too. That's why I wrote my new book, Joy Blossoms Out of Gratitude. It's a gratitude journal experience. It includes 8 chapters to guide you through the process of developing a life with purpose, contentment, and joy. So you'll find the chapters spread throughout the book where you can read these different things. It also comes with 16 unique gratitude prompts. For example, here's a gratitude prompt. What is the best thing that happened to you in the last year and what made it so awesome? So there's 16 of those unique gratitude prompts that help you feel more connected to what's important in your life. And then, of course, there are more than 100 pages of simple places for you to journal and write what you are grateful for, thankful for every day. And so it just is something that I put together to hopefully point you on the way to feel more grateful every day. So are you ready to feel motivated again? Are you ready to feel grateful even when you're faced with challenges? Then grab a copy of Joy Blossoms Out of Gratitude. I will put a link about where you can find it here below too. And please let me know how you find it for you. How does it work for you? Does it help you to be more grateful? Does it help you to practice living in gratitude every single day so that you can choose joy? Now, for those of you who are in the United States, I pray that you enjoy a blessed Thanksgiving celebration this week that's full of gratitude. And if you're not in the U.S., I pray you enjoy a blessed week as well. So go out there, pick up a copy of Joy Blossoms Out of Gratitude. Let me know how you enjoy it. Let me know if there's things that sparked interest for you. I'd love to hear your experience with the book. And I will see you next week on Tuesday for your Joy Tip of the Week.